All right, well, let's get started. Appreciate you coming. Today is a day that we had talked about 3 weeks ago, hopefully never having to get to, but we're at the point of, with the migrant releases into Yuma, to be at a point of needing to declare emergency. So I have already signed the emergency proclamation that's in accordance with the City Council resolution and the City Charter to declare that there is an imminent threat on having too many migrant releases into our community, and it's above our capacity as a community to sustain. This morning, I got a call from the shelter, and the capacity is generally understood to be about 150, but 200 is our ultimate capacity. They were at a level of 200. A few minutes later, I received information from Border Patrol that they were providing over 70 individuals this morning to the shelter, putting us extremely over our capacity, and just got word that they will be providing 50 more by the end of the day. The nonprofits have done a great job of continuing trying to move migrants onto their final destinations, which is not Yuma. They are not looking to reside in Yuma. They're looking to move on to other destinations. However, the transportation network is just insufficient in order to keep up with the demand, and the backlog of people staying at the shelter has created this capacity issue. And so we are at the point where not just within the structure, but the capability of the NGO system to meet capacity, and we have exceeded that. So by signing this declaration, we're looking to do a couple things, making sure that not just locally, but throughout the country, it is clear that we are in a position that needs to be rectified on a national level, not just within the resources of our Yuma community. And two is to try to avert the threat of hundreds of people roaming the streets, looking to satisfy basic human needs in our community and not having the resources to do so, and the reaction of the citizens of Yuma looking to protect their property and their way of life. So all those things wrapped together is a need to declare an emergency and look for federal funding, look for other sources of funding and resources, personnel, other solutions besides just what is capable within our community. So it's with a heavy heart that I declare that we're at this point, but it is something that I believe we need to do to make sure that our community is maintained, and that the human rights of all the migrants are also maintained, and that we have a path forward that respects both. With that, I'll entertain any questions. Great. No questions. I couldn't be surprised. I'd be surprised if you didn't.
Since it's already at capacity, is there another shelter that these migrants are going to be sent to?
It's not just, the problem is it's not just the physical building, it's the actual resources and the actual personnel. So even if we had a building to triple the size, the capacity of functionally operating that in a safe environment that respects the human rights of the individuals and still provides an environment where our volunteers can operate in, we just don't have that capability. So we are above that level.
Yesterday during our interview, you said that the city of Yuma has not spent $1. None of it has come out of the city of Yuma. All of this has come out of donations and things like that. So for those watching at home right now, how can they give donations, and what are the best donations to give?
So we do have a list of donations that would be beneficial to help the migrants as they move through Yuma on their journey. These are all family units, so they have a parent and at least one child, if not multiple children. And so there are things on the list like from coloring books to diapers to snacks and water bottles. There's an extensive list. We can make sure we get that to you. And you can drop that off either at the food bank or at Immaculate Conception Church during business hours. If you're looking to volunteer, the Salvation Army is spearheading that, so contact their regular office number directly.
And last question, have you spoken to Governor Ducey today, and what are his thoughts on this?
So I've spoken to his staff today. He's very concerned. This morning he was on one of the local shows in Phoenix discussing this very issue. He has spent quite a bit of time talking to our federal counterparts in D.C. to look for resources. So at this point, they're very concerned. They want to offer what they have, but really the solution rests at the federal level. Yes.
So Mayor Nicholls, I know that you just declared a state of emergency. So what will be the next point now? I know we'll go to the governor's desk and from there potentially go to the president's desk, right? So what will be the game plan or the solution that you guys are asking for?
Well, right now I'm also looking to call on some of the other local municipalities to declare similar emergencies. So we have, it's always better to go in a group than to go alone. But ultimately what we're looking for are a couple different things that would alleviate this situation here on the ground. One would be transportation. If there's transportation where people that when they are released they can get to their ultimate destination quicker, then this doesn't become an issue. But that needs to be a more efficient transportation network and not the current system of having to buy tickets and procure things on an individual basis. It needs to be more of a coordinated national-wide effort. The second thing I'm looking for is a FEMA-type response. FEMA shows up at natural disasters all the time. This isn't a natural disaster, but it is a disaster either way, and their resources could come in and take care of the situation and would effectively handle that, and that would be a federally occupied, federally funded, federally ran operation, and that would be the best solution. One of those two scenarios would be the best solution outcome of this.
They need to take action before the scenarios that you painted for us, where you said that the migrants might be wandering on the streets, happens, because at this point you described that they're at breaking point at their shelter.
So there is an ebb and flow in the numbers, and we're looking hopefully that there's enough of an ebb today with the other transportation options that we're not pushing people out on the street. However, it's a day-to-day thing depending upon the numbers. Last time I spoke to Border Patrol, they had over 950 people in detention with their capacity at 420. So they are significantly overburdened and will be releasing per the process they've been using, which is a mixture of Phoenix as well as Yuma release points. So the response needs to be now. We've spent 2.5 weeks talking about what we need, and we've not seen any movement with action. We've had a lot of discussions, and from Senator McSally to the governor to Department of Homeland Security, they've been listening and gathering options, and have been great partners to try to get our arms around this. But this has moved faster than I believe anyone has predicted, and so having their attention, and they're already spun up on this, look to them to help spearhead the solution as we move forward. Is there another question? All right, I will get the list of donation items out to each one of you, whoever wants it, and I appreciate your attendance here today. Thank you.